Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Nexus Commentaries. Great to have you all here tonight for Division B West. Team Training Wheels versus Spooky Ghost. Joining me today is none other than Roll One Esports leader, Rock Your World.
Hello. Hey, thanks for inviting me, Majesty. I'm excited. And I like watching these teams. I said it's fun. I'm excited. I want to see the statistics pan out. I know that they said that there was like a 1.333% repeating, of course, chance of like this team being able to make it to finals. I want to see it happen.
I
And today's the
thought it
day.
was 1.6 just to make playoffs.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, either way. So going over the coin information here, Team Training Wheels won the coin toss. They opted to have first pick. So, Spooky Ghost then banned out D-Shire and Sky Temple. Team Training Wheels banned out Cursed Hollow and Infernal Shrine. So, the four largest maps got banned. And then they chose to take us to Ultrac Pass, which is like the largest map remaining. So,
Man, I hate this map, but I
it's
go
not
for it.
as bad, I feel like, as people make it out to be.
Mm-hmm.
Blizzard does, with all their newer maps that are going towards these time-based objectives.
I guess that's true. Yeah, because like before Ultrac Pass, we had Volskaya, which
Yeah.
was kind of like a time-based hold the point.
And then before that was the Garden of Terror rework, but that was
Oh
the
goodness,
Tomb of Curse or Hollow or whatever.
the combo of all three. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was. Oh man.
it's an alright. I think it should be. Here's Lounge lets it in. I think NGS should. I also think Warhead Junction's a fine map, so it's just my take.
Goodness, I don't know if we could be on the same team. There's so much cheese on Warhead Junction.
Warhead
Like,
the only map that at one point had 5 solo lanes because the boss would spawn those little Zerg things. Those would give XP, so you could farm those for XP as an extra lane.
oh, I remember that a couple of the pro teams doing that with some like hammer cheese too, where they
Yeah.
would like just grab it and sit down and never fight. Oh
Yeah,
man,
you could
good
you could
times.
use Kerrigan, and the Kerrigan could do it like Infernal Shrines and just infinitely farm those small ones.
Mmm.
Let's see if the teams are ready though. Ultrec Pass. So what are some ban or pick priorities for you personally, not necessarily your team, but you personally on this map? Things you look for.
Definitely being able to poke that channel on the objective. There's so much
Oh,
value in being able to stall that out.
no countdown. We just jumped straight into draft there. All right, so Team Training Wheels has first pick. They like to ban out things like Ariel Deathwing, also Jaina and Ana. They actually banned Ana 6 times so far this season. They don't like that anti-heal.
Yeah, I so far there a lot of their healers tend to be burst heals. So if they get shut down, that could easily create a pick opportunity. So good to kind of know your own weaknesses too there.
Also, at the beginning of the season, Ana was just the healer, so it kind of makes sense. The
Oh
most
yeah.
the most banned heroes by Team Training Wheel are also the same 4 heroes that are most banned against Team Training Wheel. Fun fact. Either that or Heroes Profile is messing up because it has the
The,
same number of bans each way. But it's gonna
that
be
is
the Medivh
weird.
ban. The Medivh ban
Oh
just makes
man.
sense because Eric with a K is on the other team and he's just really good at Medivh.
True that. He man, I every time I've seen him get through, he gets banned every other game.
Most banned by Spooky Ghosts are Sylvanas, Zagara, Stukov, and Uther, so 2 healers and 2 hard pushing heroes. So that's an interesting thing. Actually, of also interesting note, Medivh is not one of those banned against Spooky heroes.
That is very interesting. I guess just between games played or they know what maps he's good on and they don't force it.
They've only played him twice so far this season. Interesting. Maiev has been played exactly 1 time according to Heroes Profile for Team Training Wheels. Heroes Profile does sometimes run a little bit behind on updating the tournament team pages, so there
Hmm.
could be something a little more recently than the 1st or the 8th of January. So
Yeah,
just the stats are a little old, but they're still better than nothing, I guess. Ariel banned out. Ariel just solid right now. I feel
for
like a
sure. A
lot
lot
of
of people don't know how to handle that res, and so it ends up being just a mess.
Yeah, as people are getting more adjusted to that, she'll start to fall off again a little bit, but probably never quite fully ducking it till the nerf.
Yeah, the fact that they res at 100% health is kind of nutso.
There's the Deathwing ban. Some teams hate
Oh
them, some
man.
teams love them. Team Training Wheel, what's their first pick here? Because maybe ETC.
I said I'm like definitely a tank priority, but you know they could go for like a junk.
They've played
They
Junkrat one time.
they might go for maybe Hanzo, something with poke. Oh, so they did
Johanna.
the tank priority.
Yeah. Johanna, this is their second game. Or no, fifth game. Fifth game with a Johanna per hero's profile.
Mm-hmm.
Spooky Ghost, what should they pick up here? Probably tank healer, right?
If you grab tank healer, you can't get banned out. But picking healer a little early can sometimes get you in a bind because then they can kind of pick some good counters. Like if you end up picking like an Uther, you could potentially get a Luna into you. But it looks like they went with the Ana Morganis. Definitely two very meta tank slash healers. Well, healer tank combo.
Do have to watch the Mal'Ganis, see if he accidentally takes that banned talent level 1.
Oh yeah, that winged guard.
Silly talent. Get on. Yeah, I can't remember. It's something specific to make it trigger too. So like you can pick it without it triggering the bug.
Mm-hmm. It has to do with like when you're getting auto attacked and the like tracer is a great example of keeping it perma up. But yeah, it looks like they grabbed Jaina and Malfurion. A nice combo there. Get to pump that Jaina full of mana. So it looks like you'll be able to stay in fights quite a long time around those channel points.
When I play for fun, sometimes I've been picking Malf with a Diablo recently because you can innervate him to undo his nerfs. So that's my secret strat. Just innervate Diablo to undo all of the nerfs to him. There's the Hanzo ban out for that poke vision.
Yeah. I wonder if Giggle's actually gonna play the Jaina or if they just picked it early. Because it's like I'm like that's I think that's more of a confused hero. But who knows? Like I said, I'm like they definitely are pretty flexible between confused and Giggle. Giggle definitely likes to make plays though, so I'll be watching for some cool ring combos.
Elthos banned out. It hints at Sumero, some other kind of clumping pick, or Rexar. Or it could just be because it's KT, and that's something you just do on KT sometimes.
Well, that's true. I guess also, you know, if Anna was thinking of going Nano Boost, like those are really the top two mages to boost, right? Like I don't know, does Orphea get enough of a
Yeah.
boost out of it?
Actually,
Like,
Mephisto and Jaina are probably the top two in my opinion, followed by like
mm-hmm.
Ming.
Oh yeah, there you go. Dang, that's some real blow up now.
And
If
resets.
Mal'Ganis, yeah, that's scary. If Mal'Ganis is able to get a good sleep off, like you're gonna have tons of follow up from the Ming, and then that person's dead.
Maybe even a Mothtail last pick. You do bullet last rights on Johanna, delete them, and then let Ming reset on the back line. But first, we have Team Training Wheel's last two picks, which will be Sonya for Warlock and Raynor for Confused. We'll see if they swap those picks around. A lot of ace in the hole value actually on that team.
Yeah, I said there is a lot of value there. I think now that I see the heroes, now they're gonna stay. That's right. That makes sense. And Boundary X coming out with Blaze, nice, well-rounded. I actually like that. One of the things that can be tough with Mal'Ganis sometimes is not having a follow-up CC. Like, sure, Mal'Ganis can land the sleep, but like if you land your triple Q combo, there may not be enough lockdown to secure the kill. So having Blaze for that nice follow-up stun definitely really helps.
Also, they have Sleep into Sleep.
Sleep and sleep. They're gonna be just and
Snoozing away.
asleep.
You sleep. You sleep with Mal'Ganis, then with Ana, and then you just channel a point while they're sleeping.
Oh man,
All
next
right.
level plays.
On the team training wheels, we have Raynor being played by Confused, Malfurion being played by Ouija, Warlock on Sonya, Giggle Smack on Jaina, and E-Day 15 playing Johanna.
And on Spooky Ghosts, we've got Little Wolf on Anna, Mal'Ganis being played by Rogoth, Boundrix on Blaze, Kalidas, on Greymane, and Eric with the K on Li Ming.
All right, which team based purely on draft? do you think has the upper hand here? And then I'll pick the opposite team just for the sake of conflict.
Ooh. I I like Spooky Ghosts poke and camp clear. Like Grayman's gonna be able to just kind of rip that middle camp, and Eric with the K might be able to have enough range to poke some channels. So we'll see if they use that kind of macro advantage at the beginning.
All right, well then, in that case, I like Team Training Wheels draft better. I think Raynor with Ace in the hole gets a ton of value if he picks that talent. Um, Someone also redid the math because apparently no one had redone it since the Ace in the hole nerf a long time ago. Veteran Marksman only takes 40 stacks to outvalue Ace in the hole now instead of 60 like it used to. So that talent is actually sometimes worth picking up on maps where you're going to fight a lot, potentially like Ultrak Pass where these objectives can take a while.
that is true.
So far, we're going to see Machine Gun build coming up from Jaina with Winter's Reach, just the full queue, and the Shadow's Clarity from from the Mouth to give her the extra mana and cooldown reduction. That could be actually a lot of machine guns coming out. She gets Icy Veins plus Innervate going at the same time. Just those Qs are going to be like a half-second cooldown.
Totally.
Grenade build from Ana. Alright, so he did not take the band talent there, Amalganis.
I was about to say, yeah, no band talent. Looks like Blaze start off right away at top there, getting some soak. Looks like they don't want to fight, but they caught back up to it.
Full rotation from Team Training Wheels here. Not something you normally see on this map. There's the root on some Amalganis. He's taking some damage, but he'll be alright.
Yeah, he's a bat. Just flutter his way out of there.
The interesting talent choice here, I say, on Spooky Ghost is Adrenaline Stimpack, the attack speed talent at 1. Normally seeing either the mana or the globe quest there.
Yeah, that is, Is that to help specifically into Sonya? Like,
I will be honest, I don't know Blaze's matchups that well, or Sonya's, because I haven't played either of those in the offlane recently.
yeah.
What is also interesting to me is they sent Mouth Jaina for their camp instead of Raynor Mouth, but I don't know who actually gets that faster there.
I guess as long as you give Giggle mana, it's not a big deal. It costs a lot of mana for Jaina to clear that camp.
You also give her CDR, I guess. Blizzard's pretty good at doing just about anything you want.
Yeah.
They are going to push up on this wall here in mid, and Spooky Ghost a little bit later with their camp is going to pick it up now. There's a route onto Little Wolf across the wall. Some XP globes there that might get missed out. Eric with the K jumping that wall. Pretty good timing. He didn't miss that jump.
Eric was definitely ready. Malgans with that sleep engage.
There's level 4 is picked up on Team Training Wheel as they disengage in mid here. Got a sidewall and about 2/3 of that bottom tower there.
That whole time Jaina's been down here. Said give him a little bit of a soak advantage. No, not really. They got it back up.
Nothing really happening top lane, as both the solo laners are able to heal back up. Basically anything. Boundary X will eventually run out of mana up here, but I doubt it's going to happen before the first objective. Dominance coming out from Li Ming, picking up with Aether Walker means she's going full Calamity build here.
Yep.
Oil Dispersory, the extra size there. Eternal Retaliation on Johanna for the mana return there. Is that the talent you normally pick up on him?
Honestly, no. I like being either like Sin's Eternal to where you can, or Sin's Exposed to where you get a little bit more wave clear, but maybe they're anticipating really long fights and they're gonna need that extra mana. What else does it do? It's
CDR
lowers the cooldown of Condemn. Okay.
Lower CDR
Maybe
and back on mana.
Yeah, I think that's maybe more what they're going for is the CDR to try and actually just keep spamming those W's and help peeling for that team, because they got 3 melee that are going to be jumping in trying to help assist get those resets.
Eric with a K taking a spear and a slam to the face before blinking away. Both camps picked up by both teams. It looks like Team Training Wheels is just going to go for this mid wall though. There goes both towers down. There's a root on Mal'Ganis. It's also the minus heal root on Malfurion there. You gotta keep track of that because it might come into play at some point. There's the Sun from Blaze as he comes in from the flank. He's got oil down as well. Ouija dropping super low. He's gonna go ahead and fall down. As sevens are now picked up by both teams as well. In the middle of the team fight, we actually had 3 people lock their sevens here on the side of Spooky Ghost. Rogath is sitting about half health as he moves in towards this objective, and Spooky Ghost is going to go for the first channel.
Yeah, they mistimed that if they were trying to get a quick one, but they still got it with that first pick. It was pretty scary there. I think Eric with the K almost had a second reset with how low they were running away from that fight. It was a great engage from Blaze there on Boundrix.
A subdue picked up by Johanna at 7 as they're moving in here. That's that extra slow came out on the 2 tanks. Rogoth getting kind of low. He moves into the backline. He's going for the sleep here, but he's down to a quarter health. If he's not careful, he'll end up falling. Warlock also getting low though in the backline, taking orb to the face at 150 health. Eric with a K jumping forward, trying to secure that, but isn't quite able to as the Blaze Stun comes out onto 2. The Johanna's going to interrupt Rogoth from being able to get any CC there from his Qs. But there's the sleep on the mouth, and now there's the root. It's going to come down to Confused and Ouija versus the rest of the team here. And there's the first reset as Mouth goes down to an orb, but it's going to be Eric with a K to fall next. Now it's going to be Rogoth potentially falling there. Nope, 500 health. He's going to keep walking away as the Ana heals come out. Both teams are going to look to disengage at a 1-for-1 trade.
Wow. Talk about a split engagement. Like, Warlock no health, Mal'Ganis no health, just everyone running back and forth. That was really intense, and yeah, I agree at this point. Go back, get your camps, and see what you can re-engage on when you're healthy.
It was Poison Spear picked up by Sonya, so like Li Ming or Greymane, if they get too close, have a chance to just get bursted by her. With the Seismic talent at 4 for the extra 40% auto attack damage after a W.
I wonder if Joe's gonna get that subdue. Like, I know they got 3 melee. I don't know if it'll be. I'm gonna be watching to see if she can finish that quest, or E-Day can finish that quest.
Even if they don't, the talent usually gets decent value hitting 2, especially with Ace in the hole there on Raynor. As Rogoth moves in, he's going to get rooted and slowed by Jaina here as the orbs come out from Ming. She's trying to chunk down E-Day and Warlock. That was the other melee. As the mid well is about to fall, and we'll go ahead and fall down to Warlock's Spear. Their Blaze going out and stunning 1, and then the Mouth is going to get chunked there with the follow-up from Eric. Claudius there jumping forward on Greymane, trying to get the kill there. Grenades coming in from Ana though is going to be able to save them as both teams look to disengage again. Ouija barely surviving as Eric with a K almost landed an orb on his face, but he was just behind the melee minions there to not take that damage. As Spooky Ghosts are rotating down now onto Giggle and Warlock there in the bot lane. There comes a combo from Eric, but only the Qs landing on Giggle as 10s are picked up by both teams. We are going to see Leap Sonya here, which seems to be rising in popularity recently, as well as Combustion and Bullet, Kyrian Swarm, Nano Boost, and Wave of Force. There's the Bullet onto Johanna as she pops the Unstoppable to not be slept there by Rogoth. As now she steps back up with the W, but there's the Qs coming out from the Mal'Ganis. And there's the Leap. She's going for it. Is Warlock's going to be able to secure Li Ming as Claudius there is going to get low and die to the Malfurion ulti. Rogoth getting low there on Mal'Ganis. He's going to be able to pop Kyrian Swarm in time, but how much healing can he get before he pops back up? Is it going to be enough as he's going to be pulled back by Johanna, and then he's going to fall down to the Raynor. Giggle there super low, and the Innervate goes out onto... Actually, that was a Q, not an Innervate. I was going to say onto Sonya, but that was the healing, not the mana.
It looked like it was on Sonya. I thought you were going to say it too. Honestly, a little ballsy to try and get that reset. Like, it's really hard with Ming sometimes. You're all in on getting that first kill. And, yeah, they weren't able to secure it, and they were able to really turn that around. I really liked Ouija's Twilight Dream there. And shout out to Warlock just being able to punish Ming when she jumped in and lock her down and be able to finish that. It was really well done.
Poison Spear plus Leap and plus the Seismic talent at 4. There's just a lot of bursts coming out. Needs to be careful for sure of that combo. That's also CC'd the whole time basically. Leap auto, Leap W auto, Q auto, QW auto? That might, I don't know. I don't know if you can weave in 2 autos like that, but definitely a lot of damage either way. There's the sleep onto Johanna in the mud of all places too, as the double stuns hit her, and then the sleep. But it's actually Eric with a K taking a lot of damage there, as Johanna just pops the unstoppable shield and slowly getting healed up. Ouija getting low as well, as Rogoth is there in the backline, but it's going to be Johanna the first to fall, as Ming's going to start resetting here, and Sonya is also going to die off to Blaze, and it's going to be Giggle Smack, and that's a 5-man wipe.
Wow. That was So chaotic. Well, I like confused. Like Li Ming blinked in to try and get the reset on confused, and confused just shot him in the face. It's like Li Ming's like, stop those resets, but it just was not enough. Definitely, yeah, well fought from team Spooky Ghosts. They were able to accomplish what they wanted, which was get those 2 quick picks, and Ming resets carried them the rest.
Even though both their DPS ended up falling as well. But that happens sometimes, and now they have the cavalry coming in to help. So we're gonna have to see how Team Training Wheels splits up to respond to it. Spooky Ghost is gonna do a 4-0-1 split here. Go for those boss lanes, leave middle open a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely trying to push with Greymane will be huge. He can siege a building by himself, and getting that buff from the cavalry will definitely be able to push that building a little bit stronger.
13s for both teams picked up as well. Top wall has already fallen. They're actually gonna do a 5-minute response to this. This Blazer's just soloing the bottom fort is gonna fall at this point. There's a leap and bullet coming out at the same time as the Malfruits looks to end there. I'm messing up this all the time. As Mal'Ganis is gonna sleep and try to get out, as Rayman's gonna fall down behind him. 400 health on him, 178, and there was the spear. That was that kind of burst damage coming out from Sonya that you like to see.
Absolutely, you can pull it out. Absolutely well done. Like that engage, good flank. I don't know, maybe Blaze didn't be able to call out the rotation, but definitely that was huge. That's the type of momentum swing that they're gonna need. Hopefully they can get a boss or something off of this, because they're the death timers are so short, unfortunately, that they lost both forts still.
Yeah, they can look to get camps here as well. They need to be careful because Spooky Ghosts are already on their way down to this bottom boss. They need to realize that this is a bait, or they need to bait it instead of going for it hard. As Ming's gonna come in, there's gonna be the cute on that bush. Not gonna see anything, but there they go. They see it. Both teams seeing each other. Not quite hitting half health on the boss. As the Spooky Ghosts are gonna pick it up there and not let it leash. That's also scary. They need to be careful. There's the Sins Exposed going out. Actually,
Yeah,
there is
you
no
got
Sins
Leap
Exposed.
ready.
Flashlight.
Yeah.
There's the full leash though. They leash it 3
Yep.
times, so it just bursts all of its health back. And both teams should disengage now. Gladia's saying one more auto, just for the road.
Yeah, but that'll do it. Good heads up play, honestly, from Team Training Wheels to not commit to that. Like that, it's one of those mistakes that people start it and they're like, we're so close, but man, they could have bit and jumped and lost everything and the boss.
For sure. Smelling Salt's coming from Ana, so minus our armor and remove stuns, trying to help fish out that Sonya combo, remove those stuns. Give Ming and Greymane a chance to get away from that. But Ana herself is also a viable target to go on for sure with that combo from Sonya. And the 16s are picked up here. Rampage coming out. Rooting. And Tashism.
Paint them red. Huh.
Is that
looks
not
like
the
they're
talent
trying to isn't there a oh, Giddy Up's on 13, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that is the right one.
Mid Fort Falls for Team Training Wheels. Get their first big building. Try to catch up in that passive XP going on right now.
Yeah, they got a huge XP lead after that 5-man kill from them, so they're able to pick that up.
Confused running the highest average APM at 358. There's the bullet coming out. Eric with a K though, getting super low at the same time. But they are down 16s currently on the side of Spooky Ghost, so they can't really do much more than poke this out. Warlock there, though, in the middle of all of them. It needs to jump out at 400 health. Gets lucky, but there's the nano boost on Ming as they're going to sleep Johanna. But it's going to be Mal'Ganis who's going to start to be in trouble here as the root separates them all. Ice Block Quest finished, meanwhile, by Giggle there, as there goes Carrion Swarm. Warlock has tapped his well and is looking to maybe go on.
Yeah, honestly, if the rest of the team was on the same page as that Warlock flank, that could have been huge, but he just dove in a little bit too deep and almost paid for it.
16's picked up by Spooky Ghost now. I feel like the Team Training Wheel should have tried to go back in when they saw the 16 advantage, but instead they just backed off. They're getting their camp, and now it's going to be Spooky Ghost's turn to channel the objective here. Giggle's looking to maybe get a Blizzard. Nope, lands a Q though. to stop the interrupt. Warlock, though, is walking around, but it's going to be channeled off here. There's the bullet onto Warlock. Half health on Sonya. She's going to back off a little bit. She's looking to maybe go, and she does have the side angle here, as the rest of her team is hitting that front line.
Oh, leap coming up. Here comes the leap.
Oh, yeah, you know it. There's the Blessed Shield with the Malfroots, though. They're going to go on to now Gannis there, but it's going to be the Ming that jumps forward, and now you got 2 down already on the side of Team Training Wheels. There's the 3rd one going down. Boundary X is going to get away with 600 health, almost. There goes the mouth to another reset, though.
That was just so unfortunate. Like, he literally leaped in to the entire Ming combo and ate it all right on the leap. Like, if he... I feel like he stuttered just slightly there, they would have gotten a burst kill. But that's... Man, it's hard to know, like, to jump in and be able to focus that one target right there, or you're waiting for your team.
I think the 4-man went on the Blaze, because they hit Blaze and Mal'Ganis through, and Sonya went on Mal'Ganis, but the rest of the team went on Blaze, and if they had focused the same one, they would have gotten that kill, and it looks like Spooky Ghosts are going to go for the bottom keep here.
Huh, yeah, that lane's pretty far pushed. They might be able to get some good siege with the Greymane there.
Well, it looks like they're going to get the mid gate and maybe a wall before the Cavalry even shows up. Cavalry in mid lane will probably push down that wall. We'll see what happens here as it pushes into those towers. Sonya sitting at half health already, spears in and walks out. There's the bullet onto Joe. Gonna tap well and heal that back up as well. And here's the Cavalry as both walls fall down. There's the Malfroots to try to separate him out. Giggle Smack gonna get hit by some stuff there. The charge forward from Boundary X isn't gonna hit anyone. There's the leap onto 4. There's the spin to win. It's gonna kill off Blazin as Combustion comes out at the same time. There's the Mouth Silence onto the other 4 that remain. Little Wolf getting a little low on the Ana here as it's gonna be Giggle dying to the Nano Boosted Ming from the side. Warlock's gonna run away to the top lane before he also gets comboed down. He's gonna be knocked off his mount by the Wave of Force, but be alright.
Man, that engage looks so good, but that Ming snipe on the Jaina really hurt. Like that all their follow-up disappeared. Yeah.
Mirror Ball, so a lot of damage coming out from that Q if you can land all 5 of them. And overall, they survive the objective without losing a keep, and that's the important part for them right now. As Claudius here is going to go all the way back for the siege camp. That should open it up here to allow Team Training Wheels to get theirs. They're going to go ahead and start on it now. Will Spooky Ghost go for a boss?
They got 5 seconds. If Greymane was with them, I think they could have done it. But since Greymane already went to take the other camp, they may not have time anymore. It may get snuffed out just because now that both camps are taken, it's like, where did you go? And it's probably a boss.
Sonya did go top lane though, so it would be a 4-on-5 if they engaged into each other. It looks like ED is going to walk up here, try to sniff it out as they pick up 20s. Team Training Wheels has been up on the XP game the whole game so far. But they did sniff each other out, and they're going to back off here. It did
ever since that 5-man wipe. Yeah, ever since that 5-man wipe, they've been up in XP. Like I said, they'd lost so much soak during that time when the cavalry was up and there was nobody to soak it when they were pushing lanes.
They went Duskwing on Raynor, which is interesting. The Raider upgrade. Not terrible, but I don't know. Personally, I just like execute. 50% more damage to something below 50%. There's the Blessed Shield though, and with the upgrade there, it's going to be enough to make sure Ming falls as the bullet misses there as well. But it's going to be Mouth going down on the side as Greymane's going to pay for that with his own life.
Wow.
Water Ellie going to finish off a
played
tower.
That really well. He made sure to stay in root range, so that way Greymane actually did get rooted, and that may have bought him enough time for Warlock to leap in and help get the counter kill before he could barrel roll away.
2-for-1 trade means that the boss is going over to Team Training Wheels. And now they have the chance to push here or go for objective as well, as they're going to land Spear to interrupt Carrion Swarm for the 2nd time this game.
Dude, that long spear on 20 is the whole reason I play Sonya. If you don't if you don't take the long spear, it's like playing Stitches, but you're Sonya.
But why would you not pick Chen Barrel and Crater for the washing machine?
There's no Chens today.
That's true, not yet. There's always a chance for Chen. He's a really solid hero still. He just picks off backline pretty well.
Yeah. I actually kind of like what they're doing here. That they're This is getting the free channel time on the objective, but still clearing that lane so that way the minions are able to help a little bit. I said, and then Malph's
Also
finally
cleared
back
mid,
up.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cleared mid, cleared bottom, boss is going up. They have vision because the boss is sitting there with some minions, so they know how many are there. They know when they need to show up to this objective. Top lane isn't really their win condition anymore at this point. As there goes Morganis in, but so does Sonya. There's the bullet and the full min combo missing as the Blaze Stone also missed. Carrion Swarm interrupted by the W from Johanna as the leap comes out, as so does Combustion, but it's going to be Sonya to be the next to fall. Now Jade is getting low. Mouth Silence goes out in the backline. Meanwhile, the Eric with the cage jumping forward. Ouija's getting low, but Johanna's the next one to fall. It hits a 4-man root on his way out the door, but Eric with the cage just resetting all over the place. Gonna get another one, and that's a 5-man wipe, 5 for 1 on the side of Spooky Ghost.
Man, that was just rough. They had that. They got the Morganis. They interrupted the Carrion Swarm, and just I don't know if Ouija thought he had the like teleport Twilight Dream, but like it looked like he hit Twilight Dream, maybe anticipating Eric with the K was gonna jump in on top of him, and it just didn't land on him, and so it was like not being able to silence or shut it down as Lingming came in and got the resets.
The teleport silence and then just like always hitting nano boosted main with it would be just swing every fight their way. But alas, he went for a lunar shower, and that's not bad. Like it's gonna let you pump out a lot of extra damage from Mouth, which people might not be expecting, because you're casting the ability anyways. And you have the slow on it, so slowing them by 25% plus hitting them for up to 60% bonus damage isn't bad. That's a free clear there for the side of Spooky Ghost. Now they can go for top boss. But Team Training Wheels is back up as well, and they're on their way. How much can they sneak their way there, though, before they end up in Vision? Will they show?
See the Eric trying to bait it. Yeah, it's... well done. Good job queuing the bush there at a giggle. Make sure they don't walk into nothing.
Alright, so they scouted. Both teams know each other here. Spooky Ghost tried to bait it, but couldn't quite because Team Training Wheels was smart enough to scout that out, of course.
I forgot the Rainer Raider gives vision too, so it's one of those things that the little Jimmy runs around and helps you out.
Extra autos from there as well. Which, it does do the crit indicator. It does not actually get bonuses from Ace in the Hole. Sad.
Does Hyperion get bonus?
No. It's just Raider looks like he gives a bonus because it shows that it's critting, but it's not actually critting. Just a little visual thing that's been there.
Yeah, Warlock almost got picked there. Ming knocked him off his mount and pushed him the wrong way, and Blaze tried to follow up, and Sonya leaps away. So that's going to be a cooldown for this next team fight.
And they run top. There's the bullet. They started the boss. I don't know if they just didn't know Team Training Wheels was there. Or they just didn't care because they thought Sonya was staying bot. But they are going on the boss here. And we'll see how much damage they take before this Sonya. Sonya does not have leap for 20 more seconds, so they just really need to stall that out. There's Bullet and there's Carrion Swarm.
Oh, he's going to get the sleep bats. That's going to hit everyone.
Oh, that's a 5-man sleep. There's the big wave of force. Here comes the damage onto Raynor with the combustion as it's the roots coming out from Maltho. Can they get the blaze? No. The Ming resets again, popping off. Eric with the K just showing dominance, actually leaving Ouija with 30 health to try to get E-Day 15. Sonya's going to go down. And Malf is going to make sure to pick off Greymane before dying. And Joe's actually going to get out there.
Wow. They split pretty hard there. I bet Eric thought he had that for sure and didn't need to throw any other abilities at that Malf. But Malf's hot's too strong.
Yeah, he just he made sure he got a trade out so he can at least go, hey, I did my part. I got a kill. As now they're going to go for a boss here with Spooky Ghosts. Then they can go for objective and try to end with the top and bottom keep will probably fall. As Johanna looks to finish the mid-siege camp to help defend that lane.
There's a lot of XP top though. I don't know if Joe can catch both of these. I think she's going to be in a spot where she's committed to this camp and now top's going to fall to the minions and they're going to lose a lot of XP there. Oh, Jimmy's up.
It will fall to that minion wave before the boss shows up.
Oh, and then E-Day, left it, so he didn't finish the camp. Well,
didn't actually kill any of them, so all three are still there as well.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things where it's like, what am I supposed to do? I'm the only one up versus 5.
Yeah. As they're posturing up, they're trying to look for a way to interrupt this channel. 30 seconds left on it. And there's the leap hitting no one, and Spear also hitting no one, but it's going to be the stun from Blaze, as there goes all the Ming combo. But Mal'Ganis is going to be the first to fall as he got separated from his team, trying to zone them out, with the rest of his team was backing off from the Sonya. They should be able to get someone to start channeling on this. There's the Combustion coming out there, Bullet hitting Johanna. Combustion hitting no one, but it's going to be the Jaina who's going to dodge it with the Ice Block, and then the Malfruit's going to save him. Well, Ide and Boundary are hitting low, but it's going to be Jaina the next to fall to both Greymane and the Ming, as Johanna falls to Greymane. Boundary X is going to get the stun on Ouija there. It's going to be a kill on him before he can get his ult off. Eric with the K looking to finish off Warlock without going down this time. 200 health on him as well. It's going to go down to Confused as Warlock's trying to run away, and Confused is going to die. 4 for 2.
Oh my gosh, and all of that,
And
the boss...
the core's at 2,000 health.
The boss was trying to win it by himself. He's like, forget you guys. It's core. That's how you win.
They can definitely end here. Yeah, Warlock's going to try, though. Good job on Warlock. There's the stun. Maybe he gets a kill here, at least on Claudius, but he's going to focus on the wave a little bit. And there goes the boss. That's game 1. Going over to the side of Spooky Ghosts.
Yeah, they honestly, there are some great signs of life from both teams, but like there's just moments where Ming it was just deleting folks, and man, that nano boosted Ming just it was rough. Like poor Giggle got the first setup to get that kill on Mal'Ganis and that last team fight, and then she's stepping up to try and do damage, and all of a sudden she was deleted without the ice block. So that's maybe a mixture of I don't want to say wrong healer, but like a lot of burst coming out, and Malfurion's kind of a sustaining healer. So that might be something that they want to maybe adapt their strategy for the next match if they think that Spooky Ghost is going to go all in on burst again.
Eric with a K landing 11 killing blows on his own. Greymane securing another 7. 26 kills to 17 there. If you're team training wheels, would you opt for first pick or map pick here?
It looks like they kind of play the same maps. Like I said, Spooky Ghosts like playing Volskaya and some of the more macro oriented maps. So now because didn't we say that like Sky Temple, Cursed Hollow, and the other big map is banned out? So
Shire, Cursed Hollow, Sky Temple, and Infernal Shrines all got banned out.
Okay, yeah. So I would anticipate them taking first pick, and then they're probably betting that Spooky Ghost will go to Volskaya.
Or some other small map, because that's all that's left.
Yeah.
I could go super small, you can go to Tomb. Tomb always goes late, usually. You either end right away, or you go super late. That's the only 2 ways to play Tomb.
Yeah, that it's how much value do you get on some of those early objectives, right? Because if you get the 1-2 spider turn in, you can snowball really hard into boss and everything else and just win sub 13. But if both teams do a good job of holding on to gems and just playing patient, the game goes forever.
Yeah, what they're gonna plan to do here. See whether maps are in rotation. There's always Brexes.
That's true. Actually, that might be something they have to watch out for, because Spooky Ghost has actually played Braxis this season. I said I don't know if they chose it or if that was if they got blessed to go there. But definitely it's not a favorite of Team Training Wheels. They have not played it and they haven't banned it. So
not banning it just means they're not scared of it.
That's true.
Yeah, neither team banning it. D-Shire was banned out. Maybe Team Training Wheels just believes in their offlaner enough. It's really the key to like that map in D-Shire, but D-Shire's just a little bit macros. Neither party I've seen has made a lobby yet.
Yeah, I don't see. I think Confused and them might be taking a bathroom break or figuring it out. Were they home team? Team Training Wheels was home team, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we'll probably be waiting for one of them to make a map. I don't see any of them in yet.
Yeah, they made the lobby list.
Some like other thoughts from the last game. Like I honestly, they Team Training Wheels was quite ahead. Like they went into the team fight bottom and got the boss, got the objective, and I don't know if maybe they just stayed a little bit too long on that objective, or if they just tried to force that fight. But like that's really where it finally swung to where they ended up having a defeat because like they won the cavalry, but lost all 5 players, and so the cavalry ended up getting nothing, and then really brought back Spooky Ghost into that game. That
Yeah,
that one bottom fight there on the objective. I wonder
took it
if
neutral, and then they took that top fight when they were ready, and they won it.
yeah.
Team Training Wheels only got that one objective though. If they were able to win some of the earlier ones, they probably could have closed out the game a little bit earlier. So that's also a thing where they need to watch when they can go for that because they had the XP lead a lot, and so when they had those small talent advantage windows, they needed to press those forward a little bit. I felt like, and
Yeah.
Sonya needs to go for the right targets. Like it's great to go for the clumps, but sometimes you just need to go for like Ana. Just force Ana out of every fight, especially if it's pre nano boost. Just try to
Oh yeah.
force her out before she has a chance to get it off on someone.
Anna definitely was just sitting in the back, pumping in the heals. It may have been hard to heal Li Ming just because she was blinking around everywhere, but it's definitely if you're it's one of the problems with Mal'Ganis. Once you're in, you're in. Like sure you can sleepwalk out, but like that's you're gonna be on an island, and if Sonya's on the back line chewing on Anna, you're relying on Blaze. So now does Blaze follow up on Mal'Ganis and his engage? Does Blaze turn around and help Anna? It really puts you in a spot, and Sonya can be healthy enough that a 1-for-1 trade, she might be able to heal up and get in range of her teammates.
Wish we had any word. If we at least knew a map, we could at least talk about the map. Um,
Let me whisper confused and see what's going on.
Alright, I'll whisper Little Wolf so we're talking to both teams then.
Oh, looks like they just made the lobby.
Oh, yep, I see it.
We're going to Braxis. Oh man.
Oh, we called it. Who picked it? Who picked map?
So confused says that they chose first pick and Spooky Ghost took us to Braxis.
Spooky Ghost taking us to Braxis. This map is pretty much full momentum map. Like, you can get the first objective, then you could probably take a fort, which means you'll win the second objective, which means you just win the video game.
One of the things that is odd about this map is really how well do you use your mercenary camps. Like it's almost deceptive because you when the objective is up and like you're kind of at a stalemate stalemate, and you've got people channeling top, people channeling bottom. I'd say it's like, do you risk it and go for a camp to help the lane that they're stuck in, or do you just keep putting pressure in the lane that you're in and try and siege the buildings? It's really tiny calls in this one can really swing it, because if you end up going for that camp and leave like your tank to sit on the point, it's like you get pushed off the point, you may not be able to reclaim it. And sure, you got the Hellbats, but is that going to push the wall? Like it's I don't know. I said that's like I'd be intrigued to see if they're going to go for a little bit more of a macro style and try and get some globals to jump over those walls and put pressure on the off lane, or are they going to be more focused on that 4v4 team fight and leave the top lane to smack each other some more between Blaze and Sonya?
Will anyone pick Hammer? That's the real question.
Man, are you just teasing me because last night we banned Hammer all the time? That is terrible.
There's a
I don't
couple
know.
of teams that just play Hammer right now in Div B.
It is true. I
You
said
could
the Murgles
also
definitely played. I know the Murgles played Hammer on this map, I think, versus
Murgles.
Spooky Ghosts, actually.
I want to say one
Let
other
me
team has played Hammer so far this season. In Div B West.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the Murgle game because I'm positive that's on the one time they played on Braxis versus Murgles. Yep, that's the one. Oh no, they didn't hammer. They banned it out. So the last time Spooky Ghost played here, they actually went for like uh we're ready. They're
Yeah.
dancing around.
Well, Spooky
Uh,
Ghost does a thing where to confirm each player, they put in a ghost, and
that's
each
pretty cool.
one has their own ghost that they do.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's a cute thing.
Hmm.
Spooky Ghost is a
So,
cute team.
yep. No, Spooky last time went with Urel and like Alarak and Gul'dan.
Oof,
So,
it's kind of scary.
hmm
Urel, Urel right now is just kind of scary to be. Really a mean Urel. It's
hmm
definitely a good pick here as the draft begins in Game 2 of Team Training Wheels versus Spooky Ghost. Spooky Ghost up 1-0. And what's the ban here? Is it Ming? Is it Anna?
I don't know. Like, I guess the first thing is, do they want Aria or Deathwing? Like, can they jockey that and be able to say, hey, it's like we're not scared and we want to force you to ban it? Or honestly, Ming played pretty well, but I don't know if that was just because it got pushed over with the nano boost. Um,
I feel like a
maybe
lot of it
Monkey.
was the nano boost. They didn't really take off until they had it. There's the Medivh ban because you still gotta respect that.
Yeah. So now you're kind of stuck because like now you might have to ban either Deathwing or Ariel, or be willing to take either one.
Alright, so what's this ban? Is there anything that you think is scary enough from game 1 that requires ban, or is this more of just a ban something you don't want to face? It's ban Maev, so it's just
No.
ban something you don't want to face. It's a good Maev map. It's also a great Mephisto map, like those heroes that just punish groups of people, Kael'thas as well.
Hmm. Yeah, looks like they're targeting Giggle. I know that like Giggle has definitely made some plays on Maev in previous games, and I guess maybe they don't want to deal with it, but giving some respect over to Mr. Giggle.
I feel like this has to be like a Ming ban just for. Nope, it's the Rexar ban. It is a Rexar map.
Yeah, he probably is the best offlane on this map. You put the bear on the point and you can't lose.
Twin Blades.
All right. So are we
Serial
gonna
ban.
see a Deathwing?
It is, and it's Giggles. It's a giggling Deathwing. Giggle Wing.
Just
Only
have
Giggle
that
Wing.
jaw start dropping like a toy box.
Johanna Gul'dan. Pretty standard pick on this map, I'd say those two. Lots of wave clear already. The real question
Yeah,
is this 4-man Deathwing or offlane Deathwing? Because those are two different things.
for sure. Since Giggle locked it, I'm guessing it's the 4-man, but obviously they could swap it up.
Could also just
Um,
be Giggle plays it and their offlaner doesn't.
that's true too. Um, yeah, I think that we're gonna see a tank here at least.
In
Yeah.
ETC, Greymane picking it up is also Deny because Greymane's just a good Deathwing counter with that bullet.
Hmm.
And ETC, he's a cow with a guitar.
Man, you can't get better than rocking out with ETC. The I am actually, now that you said that, they had a chance to pick up some counters, and not that Gul'dan and Joanna are bad. Like they're really strong for the map. It's high amounts of wave clear, but they really didn't pick any of the counters.
Some people say that the counter to Deathwing isn't percentage; it's consistent damage, just constantly poking him down. There's the
Hmm.
Ana
Hmm.
ban, which makes a lot of sense, especially with Gul'dan.
Totally.
The real
Yeah,
question is,
Anna's.
do they pick Reign of Destruction because Deathwing's hitbox is so large?
You definitely would hit. The Rain of Disappointment has greater chance to hit bigger targets.
It's just simple probability. Bigger the target, the easier it is to hit.
It,
Um,
and man,
it would push
I don't
really
know.
well with the wave too. You drop it as the wave shows up to a 4-star keep. There's the Anduin
Hmm.
and Zul'jin. Zul'jin
Okay.
being their counter choice here.
Yep, there it is.
Boundary X on Zul'jin as well, which means that they're expecting an offlane Deathwing.
That is true. I know Eric with the K likes to offlane too every once in a while. They might round this off with a Urel, actually, now that I'm looking at it. It might
Yeah,
be Eric with the K with a Urel.
just a solid front line of Johanna Urel, two really hard to kill people, and then just Zul'jin, Gul'dan in the back line. There's Dahaka and Deckard, so Dahaka's probably looking more for that rotational power. And
Mm-hmm.
just saying we're gonna hard win a lane and just push it down without worrying too much about the objective.
Man, I'll tell you what, they could hold a lane and siege so well between Deathwing and Greymane. They like you could just say, forget the objective. I'm gonna siege your buildings. Like that is so much
The one thing to watch for though
potential.
is the amount of just there's your pick. Just the
Mm-hmm.
amount of wave clear potential between Gul'dan and Johanna. I just don't know how well you're gonna be able to siege into it.
Hmm. Yeah,
Though
that's gonna be.
Deathwing's Q does outrange buildings, so you can slowly chip it down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
And
which which
double
uh
globals.
which team do you like better?
I think it's gonna come down to how well they use his Deathwing. Like I, because like Deathwing's really good on maps where I might be biased, but you use the ult reset at 10 with the burn beneath my wings or with flesh or whatever.
Alright, on Team Training Wheel, we have Confused playing Greymane, Ouija on Deckard, Warlock on Dahaka, Gilgamesh playing that Deathwing Dragon, and ETC being picked up by E-Day 15.
Excellent on Spooky Ghost, Little Wolf playing Anduin, Zul'jin on Boundrex, or Boundrex on Zul'jin, Rogoth on Joanna, Eric with the K, Styling and Derail this time, and Colitis on Gul'dan. So.
Alright, back to what you were saying about Deathwing. I actually prefer the Fear at 10. Like, hard prefer the Fear at 10. I know it's
Mm-hmm.
bugged and you don't actually get the whole time of Fear like you're supposed to.
Yeah.
But even then, I just find it so much better.
It if they're clumping up on you, it's your only like true escape mechanism, right? So it's and it can also be a huge disorient to a team fight. Um, but I said I'm like, if with this map, if you get that objective, like you're gonna get 2 or 3. Look at that dragon dancing. Goodness, you're gonna get 2 or 3 casts of that ability with the Zerg wave, so it could be a game changer for them.
I like to land on people and shift Q it, so you land and just instantly pop it. Not while you're in the air, but right as soon as you land, you can just do the 1 second channel.
Yeah.
Alright, you do have the Dahaka here. He's going to land the instant tongue into Zul'jin. They're going to go for the burst, but the Endo is going to pull him out at about half health. And he's going to start auto-attacking this Deathwing already to get his stacks. 1 auto-attack extra damage already for Zul'jin.
Man, that's why you pick Anduin, but that was definitely a little dangerous.
Deathwing already down to almost half health. And 6 stacks right now on Gul'dan.
Yeah.
This top lane, no one has kill pressure like ever, right? So like, there's no reason to ever really watch it.
No, the only way that we get a kill here is if either one of them steps up too far into tower range.
Or they just box for a very long time on the point.
Yeah, that will be something to watch to see who has a little bit more healing on the point. Obviously, Warlock needs his souls, so he can kind of do it once, and then, yeah, you're going to have Dauntless, where... Oh, wait, actually, he took armor. So she didn't... Uriel didn't take the heal on one.
Nope, she went the physical armor, which will help in that, because that is something that, Dahaka will be doing. The fact is,
Yep.
they're going for camp. They're going for camps here. All the camps being worked on right now by Team Training Wheels. And Spooky is also working on camps too. No one really focusing the objective channels right now.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if they're making a full swap here, and like no, they just want the ETC body to help with the camp. I was wondering if they're actually going to commit for top, but I don't think so.
Deathwing just gonna throw out a little bit of his Q there onto Joe. And top lane is a 2 or 3v1. 3v1. And Eric with a K in 3v1 decides, hey, I'm gonna go take this point now. Will he get licked?
Yeah.
He's not gonna be licked.
I actually like this call from them to try and help siege with that camp, but I don't know. Oh, there's a tongue.
Dahaka
He's gonna.
licking your rel. As that ability just gets so much weirder when you start calling it lick.
It most definitely does. This is Warlock's chance here if he actually can find it. Oh no, he's backed up.
Meanwhile,
least
in
they got
bot
that top
lane,
building.
the 4v3 is going over to the side of Spooky Ghost as their camp. He's gonna push up now. They're gonna have a chance. Warlock, Eric with a K though, being aggressive by going into this 2v1 over and over again. Makes people just want to sit there and watch it, but they're gonna Boundrex here. He's just auto-attacking that building, and there he goes. He is going Q build, we haven't mentioned that yet. The Bone Slicer was the pickup for him.
Interesting. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, the minus armor at 16. Well, the auto attacks pierce through armor at 16 will be big into Deathwing. So that is their Deathwing counter of choice. If you pick Deathwing against them, expect Fizzle Jin.
Yeah. So it looks like they got more value out of their camp than Team Training Wheels did.
Top lane, Eric with a K versus Warlock. And it looks like Eric with the K is going to be winning that matchup. And Warlock's going to back off. So I expect he'll tap and probably to bot here soon. Try to get that global pressure going and get a pick off here. As Boundrex here is going to be pushed back by ATC. He's going to try to heal up a little bit before he gets rooted by the Deckard. But it's going to be the... Man, that's a lot of damage coming out there from Deathwing. And Confused there on the Greymane. But Confused, did she overstay? She did not. And now everyone on both teams is still alive.
That's... Deathwing showing why 4-man Deathwing can pull off a lot. That's follow-up CC on that Q.
There we go. Well, bottom objective is going to go over to Spookio's. Top lane right now is actually Team Training Wheels. Warlock was able to tap, heal up, and now he has the advantage up there. Eric with the K is going to step up onto this point. Who will win this time around? Let's find out. There's the hammer knocked back. Now they have the channel going at least.
Yeah, well done from Eric. Like I said, now that they're holding the contestation, they're going to have this slap fest up here. But this camp invade. Oh, man.
There is Cataclysm coming out, putting down that dot damage there with the burning field. The next Q talent is up for Zul'jin. Ew, it is Skyfall there onto Deathwing. I didn't like it at first, but it's probably my preferred talent now at 7 on Deathwing, if I'm honest.
It's so good. It's something where you get CDR, you get to come down faster, and it restores bigger chunks of your health. Oh, there's Deathwing landing in. Can he make this happen?
There's the slow onto Gul'dan, but wasn't quite able to land the root as he jumps forward on him. It does have that burning aura onto Deathwing going now, but the not quite enough to secure anything. Top lane, Eric with a K has the point control, but will Warlock be able to push him out? I think it comes down to how much essence he has, and he lands a tongue, pulls him away into the minion wave, which means he'll get essence, which means I think he outsustains in the wave, but not necessarily on the... But Confused is up there now, and Eric with the K almost walked into that. Gonna take a little bit of the swipe there, but we'll walk away just fine. Holy Avenger was the pickup there, Hand of Freedom as well for Urel so far. 32 stacks single down as they push forward into the Deathwing once more.
Yep, and then Confused trying to make sure that they don't lose that point, trying to hold up, but it's like they're losing this bot, so they're gonna need to make a choice here soon on how they're gonna handle their rotations. Oh, Giggle's jumping up into the air to get healthy.
Yeah, it looks like Team Training Wheels' pick here is to get top Bruiser Camp, and imagine they'll push with that again. Warlock does control the point at the moment. Meanwhile, you got the 4-man of Suiko's pushing down bottom fort, and that is a dead fort for sure at this point.
Giggle lands, but I don't know if that's where he wants to be. Like, yeah, it didn't. I don't know. Oh, they had the rotation coming. Maybe that was just the timing needed to make that work.
At this point, it's going to come down to who get 10s and when they get 10s. Team Training Wheel heading to the top lane. It looks like they're going to do a lane swap. Will Eric with the K? Eric with the K will get out. He's got that 35% movement speed there from Hand of Freedom at 4. Can give it to himself. as well. So just sprint away, which is what we saw. But there goes the wall. Now it is Team Training Wheel's turn to get a well and maybe a wall. There's the power slide on it to Gul'dan. There's the Tong follow-up. You're all missing the jump, but it's going to be Gul'dan falling there to the camp, in fact. Now the rest of Spico start to show up. Deathwing in the bot lane versus Boundrex. And Zul'jin is going to win that matchup. Back to the top lane fight, we have Absorb coming out as 10s are picked up by both teams now. Light Bump Fear has Dingo's the pickup so far. Deathwing with the Fear, you also have Isolation, go for the throat. There is the Light Bump coming out from Urel, again, not quite hit anyone. ETC getting zoned out a little bit in front of the Urel. Will he fall as 126 health?
Gosh.
Is starting to get away. Eric with a K is trying to sprint to jump up. Misses the jump onto him. Eric with a K is low. Deathwing falls down as he took too much damage from the fort. 300 health left onto Eric with a K as there is the Echo Corruption stacks being finished. Confused is up here, taking quite a bit of damage. And now it's Team Training Wheel is going to back off in the end. Even though, no, they are down one, because Deathwing fell to the building.
Yeah.
There's the first objective, 48 to 100%, so that's not terrible. Both ways will have to be defended for sure. The question is, how do they do this? How do they line this up? Because you also want to try to get the XP from each wave.
Yeah, I said they might keep Warlock up there just to hold on and try and get what they can, and Deathwing obviously with that Q clears waves like a beast. So
Like a dragon.
like a dragon, of course.
Spooky goes to clean up that wave. Looks like they're going to go ahead and push up now. Try to siege it down a little bit. Urel jumping the wall. But they got the sidewall down in time for him to run out of that. Also uses the Hand of Freedom once more, so that's a cool. There's the jump with the Light Bomb. He's going to hit the Greymane. There's the Fear follow-up as well. He's going to end up falling. What a nice combo. They're just sitting back there taking a tower. They don't care.
Yeah, that was... They saw enough people down bot that they could play aggressive, and Warlock just missed. He threw the isolation, trying to make sure that there was no follow-up from that Gul'dan, and it was just out of range.
There's the root coming out, but it's going to be cleansed instantly by the Zul'jin's own ability. There's the story time from Decker's going to land on a 4, but it's going to be interrupted shortly after. Luigi's going to go ahead and pay for his life for that story not being good enough, as Warlock is starting to get super low from the Echo Corruption. There's the Urel jumping forward, and there's the power slide to zone out as Team Training Wheels leaves now. 4 people alive. Deathwing's currently in the air, so he doesn't show up on the map versus the 5-man pushing power. This is strong 5-man now, just staying together like this. 26 currently on Zul'jin of You Want the X, or just You Want X. Quest completed there for tissue regeneration.
Yeah, good peels there from Ide to be able to make sure that they get out alive. I said this. They really need to regroup and look for 13s before this next objective comes up. I said it looks like they're going to be able to soak it, but they're going to run into some issues with those camps. I said they may not be able to contest the camps and boss. They might have to make a choice here, depending on what Spooky Ghost wants to do.
Spooky Ghost is rotating around, potentially going to go for the Deathwing gank here. They are.
Unstoppable Dragon. Oh no.
Oh, he queued right before they showed up. He tried Cataclysm, but he got it off. He did get the Cataclysm off, so he will live with 500 health.
Man, that's the one trap on Deathwing is you push Q and then you just regret it.
As they're pushing forward here, Deathwing's in the air. He's going to try to heal up with the Skyfall. Try to land. That gives at least about 8 seconds or so for Spooky Ghost to push up. They do have Tahaka still in the top lane, so they will catch 13 tier soon on the side of Team Training Wheel. Looking to catch their first W of a map this season.
I think this is oh no, Tahaka, run little dinosaur, run. Oh,
Lands the tongue though. Well, on Eric, he's gonna touch that bush to get the extra movement speed. Can he get out? He ducks a lot of damage
Warlock.
there. Tries to get isolation off, but it is interrupted. There's the power slide from ETC. He's gonna save him. There's the absorb coming out.
Warlock.
There's the root as Zul'jin as well. It's a split damage right now. As Eric with a K doesn't have his ulti anymore. He's going to be pulled out by Anime. But there's a big 3-man mosh pit to be interrupted by the Condemned from Urel. Unkillable Zul'jin is in the backline doing damage, but he's going to end up falling there in the end. There's the light bomb on Johanna. He's going to land on ETC with 102 health left. He's going to end up falling as well. It's a 2-for-1 trade right now, as it's going to be another death there on the end to win. As they're pushing forward, they're trying to get Rogoth on the Johanna to die. There's another tug coming out from Warlock, and they're going to finish off Johanna. It's a 4-for-1 fight there. 14 versus 14.
Wow. that's exactly what they needed. And then with those double globals, they're going to be able to actually get this channel pretty quick here. They just need to put up a good defense, and this is going to be the swinging point for them. It's well done on that team fight. The
Going for the boss.
yeah,
They blocked Ancient Blessings. I think it's worth it. Just pop it for Confuse to get the extra damage and heal. What was that? What was that auto attack from Screaming there?
I don't know.
It was like he hit it. He kept the animation going long enough. There's the tongue onto Zuljin though. There's the silence coming out. Power slide as well. There's the actual full silence. Isolation still out. There's the Cataclysm coming down. Zuljin's gonna die there. And this is starting to snowball for the side of Team Training Wheels. They have boss. They have 1 point. If the Hawk is gonna go get another point there for them, Google Smack gonna take a tower a little bit for the boss potentially. And they're looking for this wave. Wave will come to the bot lane, which they're currently pushing. There's the fear not quite hitting anyone there.
I don't think Giggle makes it. Does he die to poison?
30? Nope, he counts up. He counts up. He's perfectly okay. No minion wave quite yet available for Team Training Wheels. The boss is a little less than half health now. Deathwing is in the air trying to heal up. Eric with the K will jump forward and back off. Here comes the Zerg wave now, 100% to 18%, which is, I believe, the equivalent of 0. But this Zerg wave will take this fort, potentially Fort Wall as well. They do have Mosh Pit available, so you need to be careful grouping while you're trying to clear this. Meanwhile, Warlock is in the top lane, counter pushing that. Here comes the Deathwing dropping out of the sky. There goes the fort. They're going to clean this up. They'll get 16s, and they might be able to snowball the 16 advantage into core to win.
They well done on their part to clear the big minions that spawn Zerglings. So that top wave will die. So this is their chance. They need to siege up here, maybe find a pick. Warlock's been getting some pretty niche tongues. So actually, he went back home.
Lithium plating from Deathwing, so that extra healing and shielding coming out during these fights could be big. Also, the ability to restore armor plating. He actually pops it already. There's a light bomb onto Urel. It's going to land on the 3, but of course, Deathwing can't be feared. But there goes the Ouija and E-Day going down. E-Day's going to be the next to fall, but they're going to get the pick off on Anduin. And meanwhile, Confused is trying to get something done here on the Greymane. There's the Cataclysm on Deathwing trying to get away. Still alive, not taking any tick damage. Warlock is there now, but Eric with a K is running forward, but doesn't quite get any leap damage done. Misclicked double Eing before the D. There's the DE though. Still trying to run forward. If they had Hand of Freedom still, they have a chance, but isn't quite going to land it. Now Warlock has a chance to get a tongue. He's actually, Eric with a K is going to jump the wall and run around to avoid the option. And Urel's just going to walk away from that. Boundrix here on the Zuljin. Gonna help clean up that siege camp. Up to 29 seconds, so almost finished for the extra auto attack range. They should know someone was in that bush because Deathwing had vision of them, so there had to be someone there.
Yep, man, I didn't realize that Warlock went back. I was like, I thought they were gonna 5-man push that, and then Warlock went home to clear, and Spooky Ghost did a good job of jumping in that engagement as soon as they saw that it was a 4v5.
For sure. Oh. It's getting late. It's 1:30 in the morning. Templars Verdict here, so you're also going to have a little extra damage and burst. They're going to get the camp here on the side of Team Training Wheels. Both teams posturing up, kind of waiting for this next objective before anything major will really happen unless someone steps out and they get a pick. Boundrix is going to try to finish his little Jane quest before then get that extra range. In fact, it looks like Deathwing's just going to take a bunch of damage there. There's the fear onto Joe. The root coming out as well. It's going to hit in 2 to do that extra damage cooldown. It's going to take about a fourth of his health from that. So that's important to note, that that's just a chunk of a fourth of his health.
What do you think about ETC taking imposing presence on 16? Like, I know you want to slow down that Zul'jin, but like, is that gonna do enough? Like, ETC's getting chunked too. He could have taken armor on slide to try and help live a little bit longer. I don't know.
If armor's still stacked, so where that was 55 armor, maybe. I actually, I kind of like the imposing presence, because if nothing else, like, you can always activate it for slow after power sliding. If you don't have anything else, there's block party.
Yeah, that's true.
Really pay attention to block party earlier, but but I wouldn't say it's a bad talent.
Oh, good D use. Warlock licked him, but Joe just pops the D and walks away.
There's the sun coming out from Deathwing. Hit 3. Urel's jumping around, hitting E-Day back and forth. But is it going to be quite enough? Probably not. Warlock, though, is going to land the tongue on a Boundrex, and they're going to do the power slide. Do they have any more silences? There's the silence to keep him from Testdingo. He's going to fall there. Light bomb going out as well, not quite hitting anyone. Anduin's going to fall down in the meantime to the Deckers, landing all the killing blows with the scrolls here. Ouija and Warlock and Ide getting low, but it's going to be the Absorb coming out from Urel to keep herself alive. There's a fear from Deathwing is forcing Johanna back out. Does Eric's going to have to jump over the wall, and he's going to escape as well. It's a 2-for-0 trade in favor of Team Training Wheels as they continue the 1% dream.
The dream, dude. That was a great follow-up lockdown there on Zul'jin. They managed to even land the isolation and stop him from popping Tazdingo. That was huge. Great job being able to follow up on each of their abilities there in that clutch moment.
Team Training Wheels going to go for their second boss of the game. Boss does push the least push lane, which coincidentally is going to be top lane, which is also the lane that their Zerg are going to show up in. So that's potentially a game as they're also about halfway through a level to 20. Claudius and Eric with a K going to be bold and step up and stop the channel on this point. 98%, so even if they don't get any more, then it doesn't really matter.
Oh man, these guys are doing this half and half dance. They need to commit to the fight.
There's the tongue going on. It's Anduin now. It's kind of low. Urel's getting low. They try to heal up. E-Day 15's getting low as well. Ouija's going to pop the story time, try to keep people from stepping up, and there's going to be the boss going over to Giggle Smack there on the Deathwing as he finishes the channel. Confused though, meanwhile, trying to get that. Fear goes out from Gul'dan, hitting no one. Both teams
well
kind of low, but 1 kill on Urel there.
I didn't realize they stopped that timer at 98%. That actually, like, I'm glad they stopped it, but it's gonna hurt. Oh, when you guys gotta, oh, are they delaying it on purpose?
Yep. Start the camp.
Make yeah, sure good job.
I feel like you don't care about the camp as much because you have the boss coming, but the minus armor isn't terrible, I guess. Yeah, the Zerg will still meet up with the boss really quickly.
Yeah, they're
perfect gems coming out from Deckard on 20.
Did you take both gems or just one gem?
One gem.
Just low. Okay.
It does also reduce the cooldown of Hydronic Q, so that's important too, I guess. Here comes the Cataclysm coming out as well to try to help siege down the building. There's the scroll coming out, not quite hitting anyone. That's the keep down, and they're probably going to look for core here. There's the light bomb onto 2 though, and it's going to be ETC to fall first. Not going to have an option to mosh, but the tongue onto Gul'dan's going to secure that with the help of Rayman. There's the sleep going out onto just Eric with a K, as Boundrex there is getting kind of low. There's the Testdingo coming out. He's able to pop it this time because it's not getting isolated out. Warlock's still moving around though. Underneath the tunnel, Eric with a K is going to end up falling down to Confuse. He's still looking pretty healthy there on the Greymane. There's the Johanna shield coming out, and it's going to be cored down. Team Training Wheels picks up their first map of the season.
Woo! Well played. They had some great engages, and they were able to really swing the momentum there. And man, I'll say it, that Deathwing did well. Like I said, there was several. I don't know. I think MVP that game was Warlock. Man, it's just some of those tongues really, and the isolation on the critical fight there on the Zul'jin really helped secure. But yeah, I would potentially be banning Deathwing next game. I think, they kind of called their bluff on it, and yeah, like I said, I think it was a great win from Team Training Wheels.
Confused on the Greymane actually topped hero damage. Deathwing was actually only the 5th highest hero damage. He was actually kind of low. It's below Urel, Greymane, Zul'jin, and Gul'dan.
Yeah, the Deathwing actually got most of its value from the stuns. Like, I don't know how many times I would see that V stun come out and just was hitting 3-4 players. I said it doesn't do a ton of damage, but just that additional lockdown and having them sit in the lava pit or whatever that Fell Claw's lava talon is. So
sure, he really was just like another tank, just another bruiser, really. Coming out, but it was enough. It's hard. You can't CC him, so
for sure. So then, what are we thinking here for next map? You think we go to the Foundry?
Could go to the Foundry. Let's see, Battlefield left, the fun map, Tomb, Towers, Foundry. of those maps. Foundry's good. Team would be fine. BOE would be fun. I kind of want BOE. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see come out.
You see BOE?
Yeah, see BOE. I want to cast
I think
BOE, I should say.
I said I'm pretty sure we're going to Volt because I think they don't want to get jockeyed on the Ariel Deathwing again. So I think they take first pick and then confused, and then we'll go to Volskaya. Our team training wheels.
How do I tell them to pick BOE? I think the third map should be caster's pick if there's a caster. Would that ruin the balance of map pick? Yes. But it'd be fun when I'm casting and I get to go to game 3 and pick the map.
My goodness. That'd be more incentive to make sure you win in 2. So you don't get stuck on the map you hate.
Or just set default third map as always Warhead.
Oh, man.
Every team would have to rigorously grind Warhead because it's your bet breaker. It's your one map you have to win if you go to it. Chat's just now going, did someone say perfect gems? Sometimes running a 4-minute delay is hilarious because they're so far behind.
Yeah.
It's just like, you can't. No, that's over. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I want BOE though. I think BOE is fun. I have a lot of stats for BOE that I had memorized for last season because I went to it like every single time I casted.
That's pretty funny.
I think for like the first half of the season, I went to it every single time I casted. Like 6 times in a row, I casted BOE.
Yeah, I know that last season, whether it be just because of the Jimmy change or what was the other one? I said I'm like I feel like someone else was still broken and it made BOE super
Diablo.
powerful.
Diablo
Yeah,
is still a thing.
yeah. I said I'm like I think the dominance of those two had such a strong favor for picking that map.
It's really just a solid map. It's very snowbally though. Like statistically speaking, with the passive XP changes, it became so snowball. Winning the first immortal is an 81% chance to win the game, and winning the
Holy
first 2 is
mackerel!
95% chance you just win the game off the first 2 immortals.
That's crazy.
Because
I,
the
I
objective fights are so long that even just a small passive XP advantage is too much.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And then once you secure a keep, it's like a 98% chance that you just win the game. Keeps have always been strong on that. So once you take a keep, you just kind of win.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where the map itself, like I don't know, sometimes when you end up playing a map that has too many when the objective's too powerful, it becomes potentially unfun. Like I don't know. I think Sky's objective is not fun.
We're going to Volskaya. They
Oh
tried to make
man.
a lobby link and
That's okay. I
didn't.
joined in off Giggle and Confused, so you can hit me up if you want to join in.
And I'll post an actual lobby link. Alright, the teams are being nice and staying on the same side.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats going up to team training wheel in their first
Hey,
map
Unaverted's
point.
in the house.
He is. He's team training wheels coach.
That's what I had heard. He's quite the gentleman and the scholar. I will shout out to Mr. Unaverted. So it's like Foggy League Nights misses you. We all miss you and Emma, Unaverted. come back, come back to HOTS.
Teams are jumping in. All right, Volskaya Foundry. What are some picks that have priority here?
Man, that Maev that's been banned out every game is now super strong. Maev, Garrosh, KT.
Chromie. This is a really good Chromie map.
I was gonna say you can definitely make some chromies work since everyone's gonna be on the point. If you want to try and go for weapons, you can even maybe go for like Sylvanas or Gazlo and try and use that like Merc Queen type of a buff on those items.
Junkrat
Mm-hmm.
with trap build.
Said yeah, those silencing teeth need to burn in a fire. That's the stupidest ability can't believe.
Place it down. Watch Rock power slide into silence traps over and over again. Till he
No,
finally checks at level 13.
no, I slide in and get a 3-man mosh, but have a teeth walk over and grab my face that I didn't slide into. I'm like, come on, this teeth walked into me.
Teeth with legs. Alright, we are
Mm-hmm.
ready. We'll see if the teams are quite ready yet. They like to just sit here. These two teams. They like
I
their
think
time to
they're
strategize.
yeah, as I said, like they're definitely looking and pulling based on how long it took. I don't know if they had fully thought what maps were going to be picked or where they were heading, but
Could just be
yeah.
shy. Maybe they just are scared to talk to the other team. It's okay. These teams don't bite, guys. You can talk to each other. It's alright.
Mm-hmm.
Volskaya, it's a fun map. You can kind of play it macro, but you kind of still have to win the objective in the end, at least once. You just have to win the third one. Right?
Mm-hmm. I think we're gonna have um, the double bodies pop up again. Like I know they kind of ran like a bruisery version this last game with Deathwing, but oh, Spooky Ghosts are doing their ready signal. Look at all
Only
those
four.
ghosts
There's the
dance.
fifth one. Eric was there.
Oh man,
Medivh gets
that's
value on this map,
adorable.
so he will get banned out again.
I was just saying, like Medivh band's coming out, and then since they're not first pick, right? Since Spooky Ghost decided to take first pick, they potentially can gamble on an Ariel or a Deathwing if they like it.
Good. I think you let Deathwing and Medivh through and bait them into one, because you obviously don't take both. Because Medivh can't even, or Deathwing can't even take Portal.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That's pretty funny.
You're like,
Cause
we can
yeah, if
take
you,
Deathwing if you want Medivh, or you can take
Mhm,
Deathwing and just not take Medivh, and then we get the free ban.
it's true.
On to Ana Ming could be really good here again.
Yeah, there's a lot of you know where they're gonna be. You can throw the orbs with probably like 60% accuracy. It's
Or you
like
could
you're
just get
standing
Warble.
over
Yeah.
here.
You're standing there. Alright, Confused saying they're ready as well, so I imagine they're just going to press the ready button at any point now. Because, yep, there it is. No countdown needed.
No.
Alright, we're going to Game 3 Team Training Wheels versus Spooky Ghost here. Fighting for that coveted playoff spot.
Mm-hmm.
First ban potentially coming. Well, first ban's coming from Spooky Ghost here.
It's Maiev. They're not gonna change from their strategy. They've been banning it all night, and it's
Challenge them.
now
This
strong.
is game 3. You gotta play the meta that you've been playing. And I think you led through. You gotta change up your strat. Nope, they're gonna ban it.
Nice.
It's
It's
also a
been.
halfway decent Devo map.
Oh my goodness.
Diva,
So what?
Diva.
Who was it in Div B last season? That was the Diva main. I think it was
There's the famous Diva main of VCR player.
DBVCR player. That's the one. Yeah.
There's the Medivh ban. VCR player making Diva look legit.
Yeah.
Shout out to that guy. I actually play a halfway decent Diva now because I played him not in a season. We played between seasons, 2 months together. Right as Mephisto released, so I was one tricking Mephisto, he was one tricking Diva, and we just play. Deathwing Ariel being banned out, so those two picks. So Spico saying that they don't want it. The Ariel ban coming out. There's the Johanna pickup right away. Pretty solid tank right now.
So it's good. You've got a D to get off the point if it looks sketchy, and you're able to.
Will we see a Malf again? Malf wouldn't be too bad. Root the entrance ways into the point, make it hard. There's Jaina Ana. They're gonna take the Ana themselves this time. Ouija not getting a big powerful ulti like he has the past 2 games.
I think I like that idea of being able to deny it, because definitely, they ended up banning Anna last game with the Goldan, and so being able to just take it away maybe puts them on their heels here. They could definitely still play a mage, whether it be KT or Ming, if they find it. Nope, going the other way.
Rhaegar, Greymane. Greymane's been in all 3 games now.
That's true. They're letting the dogs out between
And
Little
it's
Wolf and
swap
Rhaegar and
sides.
Greymane.
Yeah, it's swap sides too. He's going back and forth. Greymane playing both sides of this. Has Greymane won both of them?
I was gonna say Greymane's at 100% win rate right now. So
There's the Ming ban. It makes sense. Yeah. So this is just then Spooky Ghost win, right? They have the Greymane.
No, it can't be that simple. It's I don't know. Maybe we'll see if it stays true.
They need the counter. This should be an ETC ban.
Yeah.
Just gonna throw that out
ETC
there.
or Arthas, one of the two, to
They
try and.
could go into Cho'Gall.
Why would
Cho'Gall with
wait,
Nano boosted
Spooky
Cho'Gall.
Ghosts?
Team training wheels.
Oh,
Nano boosted Cho'Gall.
but you get bulleted. Like,
Yeah, but you get grenaded. You could pick like Uther for your last pick. Offlane Uther.
offlane Uther, and then on the fights you have
D shield
heals
Nano
galore.
boosted Cho'Gall. It's a Garrosh pick in Raynor. You do have to watch if he throws a single turret, ally turret, Garrosh just loses the game.
Yeah,
They
I
do have
can't
an
whisper
auto.
him.
He does have the auto lose button.
And he does. I honestly have a very hard time throwing the turret, even if I want to. I've never been able to
You have to drop the
strategically throw
turret
it.
and then throw it. I saw it once in Heroes Lounge, and then like 2 weeks later they banned it in NGS. And it was like, it doesn't even look that strong, to be honest. It didn't look like something you'd ever want to do. Like besides very niche, like the fight's over. Let's just throw it into their tower to get like 2 damage. We did get a Mephisto pick up here though, and I really like Mephisto. So Eric with a K back on the URL as well. He played that fairly well last game.
Yeah, the URL was really strong, and Mephisto, you'll have to give us some pointers, Master Mephisto over here, Majesty.
70% win trick.
I know.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I used the turret once or twice to accidentally on Hanamura to throw the turret, so you get to keep moving with you as you push the turret, push the cart.
That was
like,
that sounds more broken. But unfortunately, we can't go to Hanamura. It'd be fun to see these teams play at Hanamura.
Yeah.
Raynor picked up as well. So we have Garrosh throw into just Jaina burst with Raynor. So, I mean, Team Training Wheels looks a lot like their Game 1 draft. Speaking of which, we have Confused on Raynor, Ouija playing Ana, EDA15 playing Garrosh, Giggle Schmack on Jaina, and Warlock playing the Yorick.
Yeah, we got Little Wolf healing again on Rhaegar, Kalidas playing Greymane, Boundary X switching to Mephisto, Joanna being hosted by Roga, and Eric with a K on Uriel again. Definitely that, like I said, I'm like, we'll have to see how well they're able to execute on, I think, the Greymane here. Like if Greymane doesn't net a kill from all of the poke damage Mephisto does, he's gonna get locked down and blown up. There's no save buttons. Like at least last game they had Anduin to be able to pull people out from safety.
The battle begins in
Furious Spark from Mephisto, so with the extra mana there, could definitely have the option of taking longer fights than normal. Though he hasn't really had too many mana issues since the mana buffs he got.
battle begin.
After his most recent rework, though, all of his level 1s are decent, depending on how long the fights are going to go.
Yeah, I like picking up that spark as well, just for the percentage damage that stacks with it later.
I usually get the Q talent because it's the overall highest DPS.
The one that bursts when it hits the lightning nova ring?
No, Q at 1.
Oh.
Percentage damage is definitely the best 16. It's like the only viable 16 since his release. Both teams just fighting here mid, but nothing's going to come of it, so nothing's really going on there. Uriel went Dauntless again, that's a thing. Consume Vitality from Yorick there, so gonna have that extra battle sustain there with Q heal. Another team really getting a huge advantage so far in wave play. Johanna getting thrown, but she's gonna have the D available, so she's just gonna walk away. Doesn't even use D. Both bottom laners actually rotate up to mid lane already to prep that, so for the quick clear. We'll see who ends up going for turn first, because that is available. Confuse is going on it now. How many people are they gonna send? Just the 2. Gonna let Jaina keep soaking here to get the globes. Meanwhile, no one's gone for a turn yet for Spooky Ghost, so that means a potential invade option available to Team Training Wheels if they want to play that aggressive. Eric with a K and Warlock still doing like a half double soak as Spooky Ghosts now show up to do their turn with 3, and it will not be invaded. Are they going to burst the heal camp down instead? No. Eric with a K is going to get dismounted as he actually rotates to the top lane, doing their best on both teams to try to not miss soak whenever possible. Though they'll only miss 2 melee minions top lane.
I think they were anticipating that 5-man push, so Eric rotated all the way up. But now he's got to catch soak, so now Team Training Wheels has the opportunity to try and maybe push for a 5-man here on that support.
Warlock already being in the mid lane helps with that, as well as having Neil Peasants, so his double soak rotation will be even faster now as Rogoth is going to be thrown away there by Garish. The camp is done, the heal camp has been dropped, and it's picked up by Ide. And he doesn't have to worry about throwing a turret if he can't place a turret, so...
It's very true.
It's the other option, you can just never pick up a turret as Garish. It is going to be Eternal Retaliation on Johanna. We saw that from Ide game 1. Some people just playing that talent apparently.
Yeah, the CBR, I got to see it a couple times in game 1 where it did like condemn twice within a couple seconds of a team fight, but I don't know. There's not enough things to interrupt or disrupt on the enemy team. Like Garrosh is gonna throw somebody in and be unstoppable, and you're gonna spooky ghost away. Ide tried to get a throw there.
So, the one way Mephisto dies consistently is he ends up inside of the enemy team without having blinked there. So he doesn't get the free pull out. Garrosh does have the option now to Indomitable, walk through the enemy team, wait next to the shade, and then toss him back out.
Yeah.
And that is, honestly, if you're facing Mephisto, that's one of the best ways to do it. Is to just have Garrosh walk through the enemy team while unstoppable, just chuck him to you. The other way is Chromie Rewind. Chromie Rewind is probably Mephisto's worst matchup. Not Stitches or a noob like people think, it's Chromie. Because you get the rewind burst. In fact, Spooky Ghosts are just skipping the objective, gonna go ahead and just get the normal value that you would if you got it, which is top tower plus well. Not quite gonna secure well as there's the sleep though onto Johanna. There's the draining hand gonna drain away that unstoppable shield. There's the anti-heal. There's the throw as well, and Rogoth is gonna fall. 62% though on the objective. 14 training wheels is now Spooky Ghost is now down there.
Yeah, I like the macro play of, hey, we're behind. Let's see if we can get some value with Greymane push. But they were not able to escape without a casualty.
Boundrix is going to be thrown back there by the Garrosh, but he's going to blink away. But he's going to show back up, and now he's body blocked by Leoric. He's going to fall down to the Blizzard. That's why you never try to escape blink on Mephisto. It's honestly one of the worst things you could do. If you're going to die, you're going to die. Don't secure your own death.
And then unfortunately, Spooky Ghosts blew their turret. Like I said, so they got... Oh, wait a minute. Is that neutral? No, that's their turret.
Yeah. Claudius is holding the new one.
Blue team has taken control of a protector.
So still going the old school route. I've heard a lot of people actually like getting that bottom well first, just because, to your point, that third objective is so strong. But a little bit old school here, going for the top well.
I still do the top well. I do one tower mid, top well, and one wall at least is the minimum I like to get. Then the second objective is mid, top fort, mid fort, and bot well. So this is usually what I try to each out here. As this objective's got 14 seconds and 9% left, and there goes the whole top wall, well, and one mid wall. That's usually what you go for there. 3 seconds left. Will they land the Q in time? No.
So
That energy pulse is just gonna go away.
protective power.
A little bit of damage there onto Ana, as 10s are picked up for Team Training Wheels. It's the Water Ellie
Zero slain.
as the Yorick falls. The Taunt, Nano Boost, and Raider. There's a 2-man Sleep Dart coming out
They
as
can't
well.
pick that up.
Yeah,
Nope.
they can.
Oh, I mean, like, they had to swap it.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, confused meant to do that.
10's picked up on the other side now. It is going to be Durance of Hate. Go for the Throat Blessed Shield. Ancestral. And Urel is going to probably go the heal there. The Absorb. That's what I imagine. All 5 people on the side of Team... No, 4 people. The Orc doesn't have anything. 4 people on the side of Team Training Wheels now having items to hold.
Mm-hmm.
Eric with a K, do the 1v3 thing again. Soaking 1v3. But now he's left alone.
You think, I'm kind of surprised that he went Endurance of Hate. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's
Either
the
ult is
counter
okay.
Entomb.
Counter Entomb,
I'll
counter Garage, trying to walk hit you.
I was trying to think of, like, if you've got Greymane on your team already, like, you pop your ult, and, like, and hopefully that gets a kill between you and Greymane, if you went the Consume Souls or whatever.
Yeah, it could be. Could just be playing for the 20. At 20, Durance is arguably better with the Silence plus... Is it Silence Blind or just Silence? Either way, the level 20
Yeah.
upgrade to it's really strong. As both teams are fighting here, there's no minions, so they are taking a little bit of building barreling tower there damage. Tailing out the water elements. There's the Entomb and Taunt going out on Johanna while she's unstoppable. There's the double heal camp, though, going to keep him alive. There's Durance hitting 2. Garrosh is going to end up falling down. In the end, Clyde is getting super low on the Greymane, but he's going to back off with 90 health before getting healed up. Rogoff getting super low there, can't be healed up yet. There it goes, as he also pops the unstoppable Warlock is alive, and there's Eric with the K jumping around. Being Urel. Being the
I was
goat
saying,
lady.
Eric K wasn't even there. It's like he showed up at the end. I said just slight over aggression, and Rhaegar with a good heal was able to save Joe.
I'm starting up an access terminal.
The other big thing about Durance is it's a significantly lower cooldown than Consume Souls. It's 50 seconds. It's one of the lower cooldown ults. It is actually part of the lowest tier ults besides the 20-second ults. You have a couple 20-second ults, and then the next set of ults that are low are the 50-second ulties. But he also picks up Hysteria,
Control it and you can pilot
which
the
means
protector.
that he actually will have that up pretty often. It's basically just a 4th basic ability at this point.
Yeah, that's like being able to get those auto attacks in.
It's not auto attacks. It's just the
Hysteria.
passive effects, the cooldown of your ulti,
Oh yeah.
which is why it's gonna be up so often. They were barely getting out there. There's the Durance. It's gonna miss, but it doesn't really matter because he'll have it up in like 15 seconds.
Yeah, it was a nice peel there from Ide. Was able to save Leoric.
51% as Spooky Ghost are gonna look to push up here. They do have a turn versus no objects are left on the side of Team Training Wheels. They've used them all. You're all jumping onto the back line there. Is going to get down super low, but there's the Absorb. The Boundary X is going to be healed up by the Ancestral, as now it's going to be Johanna's turn to get low. Claudius is going to be the first to fall in this combat. Eric with the K is going to be next. Garrosh is barely surviving. Rogoff is alive with 500 health as well. 200 health left on him. He's trying to get away from Leoric. There is the blink forward from Mephisto. Leoric is going to die, but Fuse is getting super low here. As well, Ide is going to throw back Boundrex. Is there going to be enough damage there to kill him? Yes, there is. Now it's going to be Little Wolf's turn, but he's going to trade out with the Jaina as well.
Red team has eliminated the enemy.
Yeah, I said that Greymane could not secure the kill. He jumped in on Jaina, and Ide got the taunt off, and was able to hold him off long enough for Jaina to pump out another Blizzard and another Cone of Cold, and that really turned that. That was a really good job from Garrosh.
1 fort, 2 fort, then go for well, just like same kind of play I like to do, the old school play. Durance is back up though. Also, the thing is, Ana has Purifying Darts now, which removes roots and slows.
Blue team has been
So if Durance isn't careful, she'll just cleanse it off everyone really quick. If she picks up the triple dart at 16, she could probably just clean up the entire team right away on her own.
Yeah, that'd be pretty rough.
As it's actually Leo going super far around here for the gank. Does have the E talents at 13-16, so the minus damage there available to him as well as the bonus
Yeah,
Q damage. 10 seconds left on the Protector. Here comes Warlock around again, looking for that Entomb. Most likely does have everything available on both teams except for Ardent Defender there, and Urel isn't available. The fort's almost gone, and there it goes. It was Sharpshooter and not the triple dart. Now they're going to go for the turn here, trying to inch out some more advantage here with that 16 team training wheel, going for their first match W of the season in the reverse sweep against Spooky Ghost here in Game 3. Leo's doing the spooky walk again, and he's going to go away.
Yeah, it's like they hold on to this league, or this lead. They're going to get items galore. They're going to run up, get the support camp, run up, grab their camp.
Will they also grab the Urel? The answer is no. She's gonna start working on walking away.
That Space Goat is just too strong.
Space Goat, too good. 16 is now picked up on the side of Spooky Ghost, and this is really Mephisto's big power spike of the match, right? He has the static barrier, he has the static field now. His W's are a thing to be scared of, especially Garrosh and Leoric with the large health bars. Getting chunked like that is not something they want to do. Garrosh is trying to run out there. There's the Space Goat jumping forward, but it's the Mephisto being thrown back. Here comes the root, but it's not quite gonna hit anyone. There's the heal camp being dropped by Team Training Wheels as they taunt the Rhaegar. He's trying to heal up, but is unable to land the Ancestral in time. There's the Entomb onto Joe as Eric with a K is trying to get away now. The root onto Mephisto, the throw straight up and down. He's anti-heal. He's gonna go back though underneath the Blizzard and gonna die to the Ana damage there. And meanwhile, Johanna's trying to run away from the Rainer. 400 health left on him. Can't confuse, land anything in time. Eric Ide is trying to catch up there for the throw. So is Warlock. And they're going to land the Q combo from the 2 to get the kill onto Joe. That is a 3-for-0 trade. Plus someone grabbed the turn. Claudius has
Yeah.
it.
That, man, I don't know. That was quite the aggressive invade. Like, they could have stalled out. I don't know if that was a forced fight that you had to have, but once again, a great job from Garrosh, and even Gagel got the root on Rhaegar, and that sealed his fate. So it was well played to be able to get them in that little pincer zone and get frozen in place.
Definitely gives them the advantage on the race to 20. Still even right now, Suikyos probably want to look for this fight early on this objective before Team Training Wheels has a chance to pick up 20, and Team Training Wheels probably just goes away until they get 20. They soak mid, they get their siege camp, apply some extra pressure top lane, and concede some percentage on this objective, because once they have 20, it's probably just theirs. Spooky Ghost is going to look to pick up a second turn. If they have enough turns, they can fight down 20.
They honestly need to look for this fight now. They said they have a small window. They're positioning for it. Urel's still mid. Let's see what they call. Joe's in. I said Urel's still not with them. I don't know if this is their engage or if they're just stalling out. Okay, yeah, they're stalling.
Urel is there now. It's a 5v5. There goes the blink forward from Mephisto. And the Jada is going to be thrown to safety. There's the Entomb and the 2. The Durance is also going to miss the Urel's going to be thrown out of the team. Warlock is going to go back to the point after walking. There's the 20s picked up now on the side of Team Training Wheels. Suikios are just going to back off now. They don't really have much of a choice there.
Yeah.
Eric with a K's back is going to be interrupted by a cheeky Q from Raynor.
Well done from Ide. Like I said, definitely saved the Jaina from the Joanna shield, and Durell was trying to jump on it too. Just great job making sure that their one moment to engage before 20s just kind of fizzled out.
Eric is going to try to solo the support camp. I feel like that's going to take a while. Little Wolf and Claudius are going to move over to help load the Double Wolf Bros.
Oh, he took double lightning shield.
So it's extra damage. You can put it on your Rel, let her jump back there with the damage, and just try to get some extra kills there. For Greymane, there's the objective though, and pretty sure statistically speaking that's just GG. But we'll see how well they can defend here. They do have Greymane and Mephisto, both of which are more than capable of bearing down this Protector if they're given the space to do so. But Garrosh is scary.
I was like, Garrosh is scary, and then they've got the away minute.
They're swapping out. Raynor's going to go in there. And Gigglesmack is going to come out. He does have the turn and the extra burst power of Jaina.
Yeah.
Plus Wintermute is, an ability that has happened. There's the big Mephisto W though. There's the dirt to hitting the Jaina. Also going to land, but there's the taunt damage coming out as well. Claudius is going to have to drop the turn in time, but just unable to do so. So that is just on the ground right there. Warlock is going to pick it up. Eric with a K is kind of stuck in the back line now. Going to try to run forward onto Ouija, but Boundrex, meanwhile, is going to fall down to the Jaina burst. It's a 4-for-1 trade right now in favor of Team Training Wheels with the objective here. Is Team Training Wheel going to pull off their first win? Is the 1% dream alive? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Eric with the K is going to pop Absorbing now. Going to run forward. Does still have the heal camp available. Probably should have dropped it during the Absorb to get guaranteed healing off of it. Down to 400 health, but also has the dot damage coming in. Is going to end up falling. Does drop the heal camp in time to not hand it over. But that's going to be GG in favor of Team Training Wheels taking their first W of the season. You saw it here first. You saw it here first. That's exciting. The 1% dream is alive.
I actually really love that that they were able to not only pull it off, but be able to just stick back to their game plan. Like, the first game they drafted something very similar, and like I said, I think the Garrosh made all the difference, because in game one they had ETC, and as much as ETC was able to help, like, he was getting blown up. There's a Garrosh with the extra armor, with the Ana. They were able to lock down that Greymane, and they banned out the Ming very, very well and executed their game plan perfectly this time.
Let's go ahead and ask Confused if they want an interview. Yeah, that was exciting though. Not only did we get a game 3, we had the underdog victory coming out. So that's exciting. I mean, this whole series was just exciting. It was back and forth in all 3 games. We will head to lobby 1 in NGS chat, so that way everyone can join it.
Sounds good.
Right, we're actually going to get 2 coming in here.
Oh, awesome. I actually really like their the swap that they did between the Jaina and the Raynor. I was going to comment on if that's the person they wanted in the building or the Protector.
And here they are. Hello to Team Training Wheels.
Hello.
Hello to our awesome casters.
Thank you guys so much for the cast.
You haven't seen it yet. I don't know if you want to be complimenting us. All right. So, congratulations on your victory.
Thank you.
First victory of the season, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, it's been a long time coming.
The 1% dream is alive.
We're still in this.
I
Oh.
mean, I think the name says it all. It's Team Training Wheels, so we train until it comes together, I guess.
Till the wheels fall off. All right, let's start at game 1. You guys went to Alterac Pass. You want to explain your guys' thoughts on that game?
You want to jog our memory? What were we playing?
Alterac Pass.
Yeah, that sounds
they
so long
had
ago.
they had nano boosted Ling Ming and Greymane.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
I feel like we tried really hard to focus Li Ming, but she would pop off and get a dominance recovery that happened several times.
Yeah, I thought they played really well with the Nano Li Ming and everything. Just really good zone control and just really good resets and such. Yeah.
Listen, you guys definitely had your moments though. Like Warlock made some great leaps on Sonya, and a couple times like just soloed Li Ming with
Yeah.
poison spear and everything else, and that definitely turned some fights. And
100%, yeah.
it was a great game, and even Ouija got some good silences off on Malfurion to try and help stop the reset train from Greymane and Ming and Mal'Ganis and Blaze.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those maps since we got first pick on that we don't play much of, so it was just something we were just kind of figuring out and learning as we went along with it. And I thought everyone just played really well. It's the warm-up game, so
Hmm.
you know, we learned from it. So for sure.
Game 2, we ended up going to Brax's Holdout, one of probably the most hated maps in NGS's map pool.
I don't mind it that much.
Why is it the most hated map?
One of them. I don't know if it's necessarily the hated. I know some people hate Sky Temple.
I
D-Shire.
agree.
All the maps get a little bit of hate, but I feel like Braxis gets a lot more than most other maps.
Well,
It's
I
just-
don't know.
I feel like a lot of people are just prejudiced from when the Zerg wave was really oppressive, and now it's just kind of oppressive.
Fair enough, fair enough.
You guys ended up with Deathwing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some teams let them through and don't pick or ban them, and some teams only always ban them, and some teams ban them.
This is the first time we've seen it let through all season.
That's a
pretty
lie.
cool.
That's the first. Well, we've seen it.
We
let through.
didn't ban it against you guys game 1 of our series.
Okay, well then I wasn't practicing him at the time. That's why I didn't notice.
Well, Giggles is very talented at learning new heroes and such.
Well,
So
thank you.
honestly, it was just a pocket strat we'd had been, kind of looking at, and it was kind of nice that we had first pick and Deathwing wasn't banned, so we just decided to snag him up, and it worked out pretty well for us. Yeah.
The other surprising part of your draft was you ended up going for the solo lane Dahaka on Braxis, which isn't super common because the smaller map. Normally you take an offlaner that's objective is to box the opponent or wave clear the opponent to try to win that objective. You guys went for something that kind of does more of the opposite, where you're trying to rotate and you try to win bot lane super hard with the rotations in from the digs on Dahaka. Is that the kind of the strategy you're going for, or is that just a super comfort pick that you just picked up because you were so comfortable on it?
Honestly, with Warlock, he's a really great offlaner and he has a lot of great ideas, and he definitely thought Dahaka was the pick there, and it obviously worked out for us. So I think that's probably as much as we know about it.
Warlock
You gotta let them keep some of their secrets,
yeah, for sure. Warlock was very good at licking people all game.
Yeah. You should have heard our comms. It was mayhem.
The one fight that you had top where it started with a Deathwing stomp, and then an ETC power slide, and then a Dahaka tongue into the isolation, perfectly locked up and stopped Zul'jin from popping his from popping the Tazdingo, and that was just the biggest swing that you were able to finally get all of those abilities and stop him from just chunking people.
Warlock came in very, very clutch there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it's definitely the thing with the offlaner. They're always kind of, away from the 4-man, but it's just such a, undersold role and such. So it's just we're really grateful that, Warlock is just, they're having our back and stuff. So yeah, for sure.
Any other thoughts on that game before we move to game 3?
I don't know, Giggles, do you have any thoughts?
I died once and it was a really stupid death, and I feel bad about it.
I hope we caught
You were
it.
in the tower up there.
Yeah. Tried
Yeah.
to cataclysm backwards, but the wind up absorbed all the tower shots.
Yes.
I was so excited to join that fight too. Nope.
Yeah, I think you were just off camera or just up in the corner, so we knew it happened after it happened, but I'm not 100% sure we actually caught it because we were watching the rest of your team walk away
It's
from
a
you.
good thing.
Game 3. Volskaya Foundry. Game 3 is always a nervous time because you're kind of it all comes down to just one game. What were your thought processes heading into game 3?
I think for that game, since they picked first pick, we definitely wanted to play on a comfort pick map. So that was kind of just how it went. It felt like something we'd, trained with and felt familiar with. So that was just kind of thought process behind it. And, lots of respect to their Li Ming Nano combo.
Mhm.
So we definitely wanted to not play against that. So that was kind of the thought process. Yeah. Giggles, you have anything to add?
No, just we picked the Ana early because it was scary game 1.
It was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Ouija plays a mean Anna, so we thought we'd get that going.
That was also the first game where Ouija did not have a strong aggressive ulti as the support.
Well, you should well, maybe I shouldn't say too much, but he's very good with this aggressive support, so maybe we'll see more of that. So, yeah.
Watch out, teams coming up that face team training wheels. Watch out for those
Mhm.
aggressive supports coming up from Ouija. They banned out the Deathwing. I'm sure that felt good.
It did, yeah.
Always
Yeah.
always feels good when you play something and then it just immediately gets banned the next game.
Lots of respect.
Lots of respect. You
Mhm.
guys went for a very similar draft to game 1, but you swapped out your tank from ECC to Garrosh.
Yeah.
We were planning on going was it ETC was banned? It was the third
ETC
ban,
got
wasn't it?
banned in that third
Yeah.
ban. Yeah.
We were planning on to do that, but they denied us that.
Yeah. I mean, Ide plays he has such a large like flexible like tank pool, and we often just put him on certain things, but it's really nice to like see him on the garage. It's just really like the tosses, the taunts, it just really like, changes, a team fight and the flow of the game. And it's really nice to like uh, you know, get a little variety and stuff. So, yeah.
No, definitely props to E-Day in game 2
Yeah.
because like
3.
I think, or sorry, game 3 on the garage. He did good in game 2 as well, but in game 3, what ended up happening multiple times was Greyman's jumping in and like nearly kills Giggle on Jaina or nearly kills Anna, and like just the taunts and the lockdown to actually get Greymane to be punished instead of you getting a death was huge. Like it was one of the comments that I made that I was like, I wasn't sure about endurance of hate because I'm like, if Grandmain jumps in, you want that kill, and if it doesn't happen, like you're gonna be out of water. And so, just great job from E-Day, and then obviously Ouija kept everybody healthy, but to be able to stop that from getting bursted.
Yeah.
There was at least one into the fray that E-Day had on me to save me from certain death, and oh my goodness, my hero.
Yeah. All three games, you guys did really well with soaking in those early rotations going, um, which ended up leading to a lot of consumables, we'll call them, in game three, turrets and heal camps and the like. Uh, was that a huge part of your strategy? Was just to try to get all those extra mini objectives?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just how the map Volskaya plays in general. Like that's just a huge part of how the map works. And I think it definitely helps in fights to have those small advantages and such. And I think that's the fun part of Volskaya is the item management. It keeps it interesting. I don't know. Uh, yeah, Giggles, what do you think?
You mentioned casters that we had like early rotations and soak, and we were able to turn those into consumables. That's been a huge focus for us in our practice. Just getting the wave clear and getting ahead on rotations and getting all the XP globes. So it's cool to hear you guys recognize that.
Yeah, you guys did it well in all three games. Always started with a level lead, quickly gaining, a little bit of a level lead, inching it forward as the games progressed. It was just a matter of using those advantages at the right time. Didn't always pan out in game one, and then of course nano boosted gleaming just kind of does stuff at times. Um,
It is. Yeah.
do you, Rock? Do you got any more questions on the games?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that in game one, when we were say it's like you saw that they were all in, and just it's like you ended up going for the Sonya. Like I definitely was not expecting that as an off lane. I was thinking potentially, um, they said I'm like I know they took Blaze, but like something that would help to not get blown up, maybe a Tyrael or something along those lines. Were you guys thinking instead that Mal'Ganis jumps in and Hick, if you're gonna jump our back line, Sonya's gonna go jump yours and kind of leave you in this catch 22 of like, are you gonna fall up on your Mal'Ganis? Or are you gonna, stop Sonya from wrecking faces? Just his interesting choice, and Warlock played it great. But I was just like, huh, I wouldn't have thought that Sonya would be the pick there.
We trust Warlock and his picks.
Also, Warlock is
It's
a
good.
Sonya main.
Oh man. But yeah, no, it was good. Like I said he definitely put on the pressure and deleted Ming a couple times in game one, so that was awesome. And then
Yeah.
in game two, uh, one of the things that was interesting and that I liked was on Braxis, you guys put a heavy focus on camps. And I was talking to Majesty before the game started. I'm like, like, how are they going to time these camps? How are they going to use them? Because a lot of the time, people end up skirmishing forever on bottom and never taking a camp. But between Greymane and Malfurion, no, who would you have in here in game two? It was Deckard.
Deckard.
So it's like you guys ran around and cleaned up camps, and I'm like, yeah, that's what they need to do. And you were able to siege with them and with putting Greymane top and poking on that space goat. So yeah, it was cool to see, and props to you guys for taking care of the camps as well as making those rotations that you need to make sure that you held on to the points.
No, thank you. I think that was just something we've been getting better at as a team, just kind of talking about strategy and loading screen and just, what can we do in each lane, and if we're weak in one lane, how do we compensate in another lane? And it's been really great. We've brought on a really amazing coach who's just been really like integral in helping us think about a lot of these things, and just, we're getting better mechanically, synergizing better, and we're also just like learning the game and appreciating the game more because of it. So um yeah, and in terms of Warlock and such, we were just really fortunate that he happened to be available to come sub for us. He originally tried out to sub with us and was a flex sub, so he also plays a mean DPS and everything. So he was subbing for us, and when we had a roster change, he stepped up and started offlaning for us. So we're just really fortunate with all the people, every single people new and that have been with us for a year. Like it's been really fortunate, and everyone's been really positive and everything. So it's really great. Yeah.
Uh, I'm sure you touched some of them there. Do you have any shout outs you want to do?
Oh, Giggles, why don't you go first? I've been talking a lot.
Well, of just piggybacking off what Confused says, big shout out to Warlock for stepping up to be our offlane starter, and to Unaverted, our coach, and to Honey JB, our sixth player, our solo sub player at the moment, who's just been very supportive and reliable, including in helping us strategize going forward.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And shout out to Ouija, who's been there since the beginning and is the reason why we have this amazing logo. Shout out to Ide for amazing tanking and all the scouting. Giggles, my co-captain, who does all the scheduling. And shout out to the other team for being just really good competitors and just really fun games. And shout out to the casters for casting us.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's great.
it's fun. I want to see the dream happen. So it's one of those things. Be part of it.
This is Rock. Do you have any shout outs you want to do?
Shout out to Unaverted. He is truly a knight in shining armor and amazing, and I miss his face. And yeah, just thank you guys for the opportunity, and it was fun. I'm glad I got to chime in, and hopefully it'll be the beginning of a good moving forward for both teams as they get a chance to review and see, hey, we were way ahead. What did we do? Hey, where did we make a misstep? And it's so much better when you're able to kind of look back and see and get that second, third perspective. So thank you guys. And shout out to Osmo, the sponsor of Roll One Esports. Like I said, he's still in our hearts and in our dreams.
2 weeks to playoffs or 3 weeks to playoffs.
It's not around the corner.
Get those flex matches scheduled, people.
Working on it.
So thanks to both teams for letting us come out and cast. Thanks to NGS for putting it all together. Thanks to Rock for coming out and co-casting tonight, super late. Thank you to Rock's wife for allowing him to come out and stay past his curfew. Thank you all for coming out and watch. Just remember, it's okay to not be okay. There's people out there that care, and you matter. I want to thank you for staying with us right now. And we'll see you all next time in the Nexus.